and get away. But then before they got out, they gave her the instructions was, okay, the same rope that you're letting us out on, tie a scarlet scarf, so that way when we come through, we know by the scarlet, by the scarf, yeah, by the scarf, not to touch you. So guess what she did? So she drops the rope, let them off the window, let them down out of the window, put the scarf on them. When they come through, they acknowledge the scarf. Guess what? They don't get touched. So, and we're talking about dropping the rope tonight. We're talking about dropping something that's going to present an opportunity that is not only going to put people in a position to be saved, but at the same time leaving a legacy that they can look up and they can identify with, and they can say this is the way to go or this is the way not to go.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
All right, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast, man. Y'all know what it is. Your boy Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. And I'm here joined together along with my co-host, my brother from another mother. Man, y'all give it up for Alxndr Hall.
You know what, man? Mike, you've been having some
Champ is here.
You've been having some fire snapbacks and fitted caps, man. You didn't let me, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I got this from Victory Christian Academy.
Okay, yeah, that's fine right there. That's fine.
One of the gifts they gave me when I came and spoke to the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm good though, man.
Yeah. So shouts out to Coach Stu.
Another week we're in the building, man. We just moving, preparing.
Yeah.
Just staying focused, man. You know what, bro? I can't even cap this holiday season. Mm-hmm. Mark my words, bro. I'm going to be on chill mode. This holiday season, I actually want to relax and rest. Mm-hmm. I want to be on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? With the ugly behind house pants on, with the furry socks.
You doing the ugly sweater?
The ugly sweater on. Ugly sweater. Lean back, watching the Christmas movies, bro. Because I never do that.
Oh man, shoot, I love that, man. Shoot, boy, give me, especially if it's cool
with some hot cider,
bro. I just about to say if it's cool
and some sugar,
get some hot cocoa. And watch the Hallmark movies, Christmas movies.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Watching bad. That's what's up. But y'all know what it is, man. Also joined tonight with my co-host, man, my brother from the same mother. Man, y'all give it up.
Big bag.
All the way from Haines City, Florida.
Big bag.
Weighing in as the heavyweight champion of the CHH world.
Big bag. Big bag.
Big time Boy Wonda.
There's several couples here tonight as we hear them Blueprint to Success podcast. I'm just keeping it real.
I don't know who that is. I can't.
This
You ever watch
is
Jamie Foxx show?
Tyrone Couple,
Tyrone Couple.
and I'm bought it.
He's stupid. He's stupid. He's stupid.
What's up, y'all? What's up, man?
What's the hat? What's the hat, man? It's
Listen,
another week.
man. Doing good, man. Just anticipating Flavor Fest this weekend, and
That's this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap!
What time moving?
Who they got on the card this year?
Oh man, they got Miles Minnick. They have
Big Mouse.
bro, they D Black.
Yeah.
I think Jared Sutton's coming this year.
Mm-hmm.
Who else, man? I think Bizzle here this year.
Bizzle, Big Bizzle.
Man, I forgot about Miles Minnick. I had came across some of his stuff before we did the commitment party for Nate, and I was like, oh, he got some dope music. I said, man, I forgot about him.
Yeah, he a real one, bro.
He
Yeah.
is super dope.
He a real one.
Oh man. Social Club, Misfit will be there.
Yeah, they solid for sure.
Yeah, they solid too.
Yeah, they solid, bro.
Who else? Bria Miles.
Yeah.
Lil Sis and Bro, they blowing up too. They're I believe they're husband and wife duo. And then I'm not sure if KB gonna be there this year.
Who?
KB.
Oh, KB?
Was he there last year or the year before?
I think he was there last year.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, big KB. Shouts out to KB.
Holy Gabbana's gonna be there.
Okay. Oh, yeah?
Plain,
Okay.
Plain James.
I like him too. Yeah, I like him too.
Brian T.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Chili
yeah.
Baby. He gonna be there.
Who?
From Gospel Gangsters, original Gospel Gangsters.
Okay.
Chili Baby's gonna be there.
Brian T coming?
Brian T.
Okay, yeah, he fired too, yeah, for sure, all day.
Man, it's so many, and that's just we'll be here all night.
Yeah, does that last like the whole weekend? I forgot.
Yeah, so usually they start like a worship session on Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
And then the classes start Friday morning and Saturday morning. And then the concerts is in the evening. And then on Saturday afternoon, they go out and do an outreach. And then they bring them back and then do a concert at night. So I'm going to be in the classes Saturday morning. And then I'm going to go to the concert Friday night. And so, because I got work, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to just go to the concert Friday. Then I go to the class Saturday.
Yeah, because
workshops.
I bought my ticket for it. I bought it earlier this year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
For
but
the artist performance. Yeah.
but what had happened was, when you make decisions, stuff adjusts. So back in school, and so my work schedule changed. So now I gotta work.
Yeah.
So I can't go. But it's okay. It's seed. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
I was gonna say, man, you find somebody that can switch.
But weekends, nobody gonna switch. everybody gone, you know. But self motivate, how we motivating and shifting, man. What's going on?
Somebody may surprise you. You pitch that vision out because you're trying to get back into the swing of things, and it'll be a good networking opportunity.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I talk to him about it tomorrow and see what's up.
yeah. So
You just never know.
Never know, you right.
yeah, I gotta make some calls tomorrow. I got an email today. So somebody pitched that they thought it would be good for me to come out to talk to their kids and actually possibly the staff too. So do some follow up on that particular one right there. Yeah. So see what that's about.
You've been rolling.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to stay focused a little bit and not be blindsided, but not seeing what I want to see,
Facts.
but seeing what I have to see. If that makes sense.
That makes
perfect sense.
Man, look at here. That makes too much sense.
You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't I don't negate any engagement, you know what I'm saying? But I do, I do try to be, selective of how I move and what I move with. So, yeah, at the end of the day, so, definitely it's trying to make an impact. And it's a lot going on, especially within the education. I mean, it's a lot going on in the education system right now.
Oh, yeah.
And teachers are burnt out. Teachers are overworked and underpaid. They don't have the support from the administrations. It's just a lot going on within the school system. So
A lot of disrespect.
yeah, yeah, and so it's ooh.
Bro.
It's ooh.
Kudos
So,
to the teachers out there, man, because that is not easy.
yeah.
And you have to have a high level of restraint.
Yeah, shouts out to my son's mom, Taylor.
Yeah,
She's an educator up there in Georgia.
yeah.
And one thing that I can say, her students respect her.
You have to demand it, and when I say demand it, you build that through relationship. And so
You have to create it.
yeah, you have to create it, and then with these kids, you got to be creative in creating it.
That's good, yeah.
Because I've watched this one video. This guy was on the news, or a lady, I don't remember. Might have been a lady, but she uses music. I mean, that's what's really big right now. That's what the kids are into. So she actually infuses music into her class, and it gets the kids to doing stuff. She get them dancing and
What's her name?
freestyling. I don't remember.
She light skinned?
I don't remember. I
Okay.
just remember the fact that the teacher was on the Nubas and
Oh yeah, that's my homeboy's sister.
So
Yep. My homeboy Ella, that's her sister.
and then
I
it
mean,
was
that's his sister.
it's a lady that Isha knew when she used to work at the school board in Lake Alfred. One of the teachers there, she used art, and she was on the news for that. Like
Yeah.
she was one of the one that had her decorated her whole door, and it was like an art piece. So it's just you got to find creative ways to get their attention. Then once you got their attention, then you can build that bridge and try to soften that learning curve and how you manage your classroom. So because everything is about relationship. Once you build a relationship, man, them kids will die for you, man.
Her name was Yolanda. That's her name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So, I just saw him. Oh, man, and I almost forgot, man. I never even, y'all check out the website, man. Shop, www.shiftmotivations.com/shop motivated apparel for the new Impact tees, man. Impact, inspire, influence. That's what we about. So, those just came out hot off the press. So, as a matter of fact, I got to pick up a shipment tomorrow that's going to be getting printed up. So, yeah. So, but that's what it's about. Just, leaving your mark, man, and trying to help people get through their and cope through their struggles and challenges and, kind of help them, because at the end of the day, man, it's looking scary. It's looking scary, man. You start pulling the curtains back, man. It's like, man, who going to teach our kids when everybody's leaving? So, shouts out to all the educators out there, man.
For real.
Yeah, shouts out. Yeah,
We need them. We need y'all.
yeah. So, I'm actually looking forward to the holiday. I love Christmas. I kind of wind down. It's like you rev up, but round down. You know what I'm saying? You're making your preparations and stuff for next year. You're making your preparations for the remainder of the year, but then it's like me personally, I start taking time off with the missus when she takes her time off during the holidays and stuff like that, and just spend just kind of spend that time, just kind of like I said, I love my wife, man. It's just like that's my dog, that's my best friend. So, man, we just at that point now. We just like to be around each other. So
That's cool.
you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I surprise, like the older I get, the more I surprise her the stuff that I wouldn't do that I do now, that she like to do. So, whatever to put a smile on her face now. So, you know what I'm saying? So with age comes wisdom.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward, and then some personal reasons and some things I've shared with y'all all said. So
Yeah.
looking for some things to happen before that time. Some big things to happen before that time. So looking for a big celebratory situation. So that's what we believe in God for, and that's what we gonna do. That's our story. We sticking to it.
True.
That part. A lot of celebratory situations.
For sure.
Definitely, man. I think you hit it on the head, and I think it's necessary, man. I think people have to see what it looks like and be able to distinguish someone who's authentic, who's real, who can represent what they're looking for. Because a lot of times they've been lied to.
Right.
A lot of times they've been, a lot of people misrepresented what they thought that person was or could be to them, and it causes a wedge and it builds up a wall. So I think for us, man, is we have like a unique situation. I think we have such a lovely situation when it comes to being able to have the influence that we have, the respect, the love, the support, and that only comes from people recognizing what's on the inside of you and who you are on a round the clock basis. When you think about with what we're going into with this segment, I think it's imperative that people see the real, that people know that you're marked, that people know that when I look at him, that's him all the time. Like this ain't no turn on switch, flip the switch on, flip the switch off. Nah, that's him all the time. And a lot of times, man, people just looking for people that they can really count on. Because when they know you marked, they know they got somebody and they gonna ride with you. You gonna be down, and it's and I think it's important that you be the person that they're able to rub off and learn from, that they're able to that you pass down the mantle that they can carry, so they can understand their distinguished mark on this earth, their footprint, their finger. Like, God created us in so many different ways. Not one thumbprint is the same. Everybody has it's like a unique code, a unique identity. If you put your thumbprint and I need access, I ain't gonna get it because that's not my unique thumbprint. That's not my code. That's yours. And so when you find that out and you access and understanding who you are, your identity and what you carry, you'll be able to carry that powerful influence. So when you think about in the Bible, when there was like marking the post with the blood, and then death was coming through the streets, and it was just like, if that ain't on that doorpost, their firstborn is going to be taken. And it's just like, man, like, what are we doing to be able to set that post, that mark, that standard, that moral, that value? Like, what are we instilling on them to make sure that when death tries to come, and death can be in many forms. That could be someone that's trying to harm you. That could be death in itself, but it doesn't have to be a physical, but it could be a spiritual, a mental death. It could be to where you're just at a crazy state. And like, it's our job to make sure that that's on there. So when something comes and tries to creep and take, and that's your vision, that's your purpose, your ideals, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, nothing can take it because you're marked. And that can pass by. And I think it's important, man. What do you guys think about when it comes to being marked and the imperative importance of understanding who you are on this earth and what you carry?
Mike. No, see.
He be playing, man.
No.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
No. I swung at the mic because
On the swivel.
I swung at the mic because, man, might be, man.
And no look pass.
Yeah, might be. No, because on stuff
Shoot
like
your
this.
shot.
I like because you mentor people a lot. So and you know when you're around, I'm just being real. Like when you're around somebody who mentors people for a living, meaning they live to do it. You actually enjoy doing it on off the camera,
your mic
paycheck or no paycheck. Huh?
Your mic on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So you know,
You probably just have to flip it up
play
to
it.
just a little more. Yeah.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You
thought it went out.
enjoy doing it. You enjoy doing it.
Bro, be sitting back in the cut.
With me, I be
Lean back.
I be cooling, bro. So you enjoy doing it on and off the camera, paycheck or no paycheck, right?
Right.
So when you're around someone who's like that, talking about a manner like this, I want to hear what he got to say. Because I want to hear what the person who does this on a regular basis has to say.
Yeah,
That's why I swing it to you, like stuff like this, bro. I want to hear from the teacher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's funny, man. I'm gonna paint a picture when I tell the story, but I'm gonna say this first. When I spoke to the to my alma mater, man, Haines City. So I incorporated in the speech, right? And I was talking to the team, and I said, well, that's why it's important that you differentiate yourself. I said, because when you're trying to get recruited, there's 1,000 of you.
Right.
So I say, so what you want to do, you want to prepare yourself in your now, because, and I said, well, I say real quick, who want to raise their hand and tell me what your dream school is? So one of them raised their hand real quick. I said, all right. I say, who is it? So they screamed out FSU. I was like, okay. I say, great. I say, so head coach comes to the campus, coming to see you. He's talking to you, looked at your film, and he coming to check you out in person. I say, so now he's at the interview part, and he's interviewing you through the process, and he asks you this question. He says, what separates you from him? And then it got quiet. I said. So he says, he begins to start talking. He was like, he began to say the normal stuff, like, you know, work ethic, work hard. I was like, well, he work hard too. Tell me something. And then I just kind of messing with him. So I was like, oh, son, I get that all the time. Tell me something different. And then everybody started laughing, coach too. And he's like, and then he said something else. Listen, I'm just gonna throw it out there because it's all of them say the same thing. You gonna get me. My work ethic. I work hard. You know, stay early, get up early, stay late, and everything he said. I said, "Oh, son, I hear that all the time too. Tell me something different." So he labeled about 3 things, and the third time I said the same thing. I said, "Oh," and everybody's like, "Now I got it." By the third time I said it, nobody's laughing anymore. And I say, "Well," I said, "Man," I said, "I'm not picking at you." I said, what I'm doing is I'm projecting the energy for you to go deeper. I say, because just as much as I'm asking you these questions, I have to ask myself the same question. I say, what do I look like to a school that's looking at me and another speaker? What is gonna be different about me than the other guy that they're looking at or the other gal that they're looking at? I say, I have to answer that same question. I say, so when, as adults, when we're mentoring you, we're training you, because if I can teach you to go deep, then you're gonna have that much of an advantage of the next person, because they're not gonna think of what you're thinking.
Right.
They're gonna think of the first thing that my work ethic, everything that's just so surface. And that's what I said. I said, y'all giving me surface level answers. I say, everybody, they're gonna tell me the same thing. Tell me something that's gonna make me look at you differently than the next guy. Same bill or a bigger bill, faster, same speed. You know, same. What is it that's going to different? So it's very important, especially when you're talking about being successful, because everybody's so. I mean, and no shade. If you got you know, if you got tats, that's cool. Whatever. I thought about getting one, but I ended up changing my mind. You know, some years ago. So why do you look at the culture now? Everybody got tattoos. Everybody got piercings. Everybody looking the freaking same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's looking the same. So there's no differentiation. So there's no distinguishment, and so it actually And in so many words, your lifeline depends on it. Because if here's something that my mentor tells that said that I've been mentored by Del Toro. He said if two of us are the same, one of us is unnecessary. I was like, man, the first time he said that, I said, God dang, how long was that, bro? Oh Lord. Yeah, he said if two of us the same, one of us is unnecessary. So what is so distinctive about you that's gonna make me go to you versus going down the store? What's gonna make me pick up this loaf of bread off the shelf than picking up this loaf of bread off the shelf when there's hundreds of bread sitting on the shelf?
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And kind of to bring some things on, it's like, my mind goes back to the story of the harlot in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So and the reason I say that is because she separated herself from what was going on at the time. Because when you look at what was going on at the time with Joshua, he sent out the spies into the city. Everybody hadn't heard what was going on. Your God, boy, he don't play. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got everybody scared. So he goes out, but he knows in order for them to obtain the promised land, they got to be smart about it. So he sent the spies out. So they come in, it gets around. They know that there's some people there. So they send a search party out looking for them. So they ended up encountering the harlot. So they ends up at her place. And so long story short, she know that they looking for him. They let them know they giving her the game plan, letting them know what's going on. And so she ends up hiding them on the roof. And so when they come in looking for him, she throws them off. No, they're not here. Stories, I heard that maybe they yonder over there. And so basically, she smoke screens them. So she pulls them down off the roof. They come in, they have a conversation. So they come in, they finna wipe everybody out. They let them know the game plan. We finna wipe everybody out. And so, but she did something that was so distinctive that they could not reward her for what she did. So, but there were some instructions that she was given that she had to follow. So, in this place of separating yourself from society, the culture, your competition, things of that nature, like what are you setting yourself apart to be distinctive about? They could have went to any house, but they ended up at the harlot's house. They could have ended up and bought from anybody, but they're in your store. They're at your doorstep. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do to capitalize on that? And so she had the upper hand because now I'm finna negotiate, because had not I did what I did, y'all be dead. So I heard what y'all finna do. I know the game plan. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm finna not only protect me, but I'm finna protect my family too. Cause see, at the end of the day, you gotta remember now, we got to leave a legacy for those that's coming behind us, our kids, our grandkids. The Bible says leaving a heritage for your children's children. That's at least 3 generations. And so going back to the story to finish that out, so she negotiated, listen, hey man, I know y'all finna come in here and wipe everybody out, but because of what I did, I need y'all to protect my house.
Exactly.
And so she put that out there. And so at the end of the day, they was like, all right, bet. This is what I need you to do. And they gave her some. So she ended up letting them out. She ended up letting them out the window. She dropped the rope so that they can climb out and get away. But then before they got out, they gave her the instructions was, okay, the same rope that you're letting us out on, tie a scarlet scarf, so that way when we come through, we know by the scarlet, by the scarf,
Yeah.
by the scarf, not to touch you. So guess what she did? So she drops the rope, let them down out of the window, put the scarf on them. When they come through, they acknowledge the scarf. Guess what? They don't get touched. So, and we're talking about dropping the rope tonight. We're talking about dropping something that's going to present an opportunity that is not only going to put people in a position to be saved, but at the same time leaving a legacy that they can look up and they can identify with, and they can say, this is the way to go, or this is the way not to go.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, what are we building for? You know what I'm saying? What are we building for? You know what I'm saying? Because too many times we reach a point and we don't reach back. She could have easily said, you know what I'm saying? She could have easily said, nah, player, I ain't got nothing for you. And guess what she would have ended up in?
Dead.
Dead. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like that.
She could have ended up dead. She could have been saying, man, y'all get out of my house, man. I ain't got nothing for you, you know. But at the end of the day, she would have been dead. So she took advantage of an opportunity and said, you know what? Hey, man, I got a spot. I got you. Hit up on the roof. I'll take care of everything else. And by that, not only did she save herself or her life, but she saved the life of her whole family. So a lot of times we're the ones that may be the first millionaire in our family. We may be the one that have graduated high school, or we may be the one that graduated college. You know, we may be the first ones of the partakers of the family. But guess what? That is an astute position to have. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people may see that as man, that's a lot of weight. It is. But what you're doing is you're paving a way that you can drop the rope for somebody else to climb aboard. Because I always say it, man, my ceiling is gonna be my kids' platform. No matter how old I get. If I learn a new trade, if I think it's something that, you know, that they may be interested in, I'm gonna introduce them to it.
Right.
But if they don't pull the rope, then guess what?
Right.
I can't pull them up because that's not the direction that they want to go in. But at least I'm gonna drop it and see if they're gonna climb up it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, because if you're gonna climb up it, guess what? I'm gonna pull you up to the next level. And guess what? You don't have to start at the bottom because I'm already there. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like my thing on that. You have to do stuff to separate you. And that's what she did. She did something that really distinguished herself from everybody else in the neighborhood.
You know what, bro? The thing is, get my mic right. The thing is, bro, she had different stuff on the inside of her. You know what I'm saying? She was a certain type of individual. You dig? So, like, if you don't know who you are, or if certain things are not in you, then you won't do certain things.
Bro.
So a lot of people don't know what to do because they don't know who they are.
And that's why she was able to, bro. Oh, boy.
So-
you got my mind going right now.
It's real.
Not.
You know what I'm saying? So when a person is doing a certain type of things, they are telling you
Right.
who they are. You know what I'm saying? So
them.
in order for her to do that, she knows something, or she knew something, or something was going on inside of her, because she wouldn't have done that
Right.
if she, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of us, we just don't know who we. Once we know who we are, we act different.
Bro. On point.
That's true.
Bro, that's so on point, bro, because let's go back. Let's revisit that real quick, right? What did I just say? She negotiated her life. If she didn't know who she was, she couldn't negotiate her life.
Nope.
If you don't know you're at an advantage, you can't negotiate your life.
Nope.
She knew what to leverage.
Bruh, talk to me.
She knew what to leverage. She had so much, and it shows you how much she had in her. She had so much in her. She had plenty to pick from her repertoire. Like, let's see what I can use today. This is a nice scarf. It's distinguished enough. It's beautiful. It's recognizable. And not only that, but the people recognized her immediately because of the distinction. Because they know what's on the inside of them.
Bro, even the people who don't respect it,
Facts.
it has to be something on you that when anybody just look at you or be around you, they know something's different.
Yeah.
Dub is one of the only people who one of them. Immediately, you can tell something about this young man is different. I told you what happened. I'm at the hospital. I'm working. I come to work. Hey, he said, hey, what's up? Or he said, all right, whatever. All right. Because people get used to you. All right. Look, we got some openings coming up. We need some more employees. I said, well, my brother, he you know what I'm saying? He's looking for a whoop de whoop. He had the job before they can fully open up the position just by him. I just explained to the manager. They didn't even talk yet, bro. This no cap. This is no cap. He had the job before she even talked to him. From me just explaining to her his personality. So he had the mark already on him. You do what I'm saying? So what's ever on the inside of you, once this close and your body start going, it shows who you are. It marks you. That's why people feel bad when they be doing stuff like me. I can't even cap, no cap. From the house, I used to drink back in the day, bro. Be doing stupid stuff. Wake up the next morning, be like, man, I ain't even mean to do that. I ain't even mean to say that. Because how I was acting, it made me look a certain type of way. You put the mark on yourself. So whatever's on the inside, it has you. That's why feeding yourself the word is important. Because what you put in yourself, it grows attributes about yourself.
It do.
You can tell. You can't tell me anything with your mouth. Once your body start moving, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro. Once your body start moving, you're saying everything I need to hear.
Yeah. And you have to be careful because once again, those that are coming after you, those that are coming behind you, you're marking them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're either gonna make their lives easier or you're gonna make their lives harder. And I know hate is a strong word, but it's crazy because I'm past that age group. But when they say, here's the thing, you have to have a balance, right? There are some things you're gonna have to make your kids work for.
Yeah.
And then there are certain things that you should already be done worked and paved the way for them to where they don't have to work for. And I think what happened as a society, we done went too far left. And we done handed them so much and where they're probably the softest generation that have walked the face of the earth right now. Very smart, intelligent, strong-willed to a certain degree, but soft as a whoopee cushion. Because of the entitlement of feeling of being entitled. But we have to look at it in its right perspective. And what I mean by I don't want to say the word hate, but I that's the only, because I distaste it a lot, is I hate when I hear the older generation say, well, shoot, I had to work hard and do this, ain't nobody give me nothing, so they gonna have to do the same thing. What? You had a hard life because your daddy, your mama said a hard life for you because they said the same thing. Ain't nobody never gave me nothing. I had to work for everything I got. Shoot, they finna get it out the mud too. Who gonna break the cycle? Because in that space, you have to teach them work ethic. But isn't that the whole point? We're fussing about the wealthy and how they live, but they done figured it out. Because Jimmy living off daddy's or granddaddy's trust fund. We can't even spell trust fund. Because we too busy watching other people live their life through somebody else's trust fund. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, man, it's like we have to come back to a sense of community, man. I mean, a community of your family. What are you leaving for your family? I'm afraid to bring this home. I ain't even gonna talk about the world and your neighborhood. What are you doing for the community of your family? Are you going to allow them to suffer just to suffer because you had to suffer?
Exactly.
Or you're gonna allow them to suffer in a space where what nah, I'm finna make you work for this, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Because plenty of us have said it, and it ain't to throw off on the nation, but they are. They're soft. That's when even though we were raised up different, I understood because my dad used to say it all the time. He said, "Boy, y'all ain't made of the stuff we made out of," and he was stating the true fact. Because we weren't. We had it a little bit better than they did, and then my kids, their grandkids, had a little bit better than what we did. And now their kids is going to have it a little bit. Because why? We're going to actually help contribute to that as well. We're going to drop the rope.
Yep.
And mark them for success. Because you're marked. But you got to make sure you're leaving the right mark.
What mark are you accepting?
What mark? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, my brother June, you know, we talk about it all the time. You know, growing up. You're a Mariner? Oh yeah, y'all some good people.
Yep.
No, it traveled. And then you knew who the bad kid was.
And that really traveled.
Right.
And
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
And it shows you the importance, even with Pop, you know, going to discount, you know, AutoZone, you know, Advance, and Napoleon, your daddy. All right. Discount. Just off the strength of a name. And when they find out who you're attached to and how you're marked, because it's one thing to be marked, but are you willing to accept that mark? Are you willing to do what's necessary to continue to pass down that rope so that they can be marked in the right manner? So when they hear this name for generations to come, and history will show you how well of a great name it is. Because I would rather have a great name than silver and gold, hands down. Because it takes a lifetime to build it. It takes a few seconds to tear it down.
Yep.
I have a good name more than anything because it's mine. That's what's been handed down to me.
Yeah.
Inheritance.
So you can't drop the rope if you don't know what to do. Like,
You know what I never figured out though, dog?
what?
And maybe y'all can help me out with this one. And maybe I just answered my own question, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. Why did she lift him down from the window?
That's a good question.
Because it really don't dictate what was going on unless, you know, let's say you got soldiers in the hallway or people in the hallway or something like that. Maybe that could have been it.
Unless it was okay. So I got two things, right? Unless she was letting them out in a particular area where nobody can see him,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Because Rahab, right? Was she the same ethnic group as Joshua and them camp? Okay, were they the same race?
Now that I'm not sure.
So if not, just y'all please
I
don't
haven't
come from here.
studied, which actually,
Because look,
right, if I remember right, Rahab was actually in the bloodline of Jesus. If I remember right.
okay, so
I don't know. As far as Joshua, I don't know.
So if she lived in the same apartment complex with everybody else, and then you got these people from across town finna murk everybody in the same apartment complex, when y'all done made a deal, like, hold on, why is the enemy walking out of your front door?
Right.
So she like,
right.
you know what? I'm gonna let y'all out on the side of the house. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying?
Just to be on the safe side.
You on the safe side. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go out the back door. I mean, that's my thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
my
That
thing,
question
but-
popped in my head.
Yeah,
real
just-
quick.
just-
yeah.
Good dialogue.
That would make a lot of sense because you don't want the wrong person getting something that wasn't originally intended for.
Mhm.
And they can come in and take what is in theirs just for the sake of because they know what's going on the other side of town.
But shoot, it's still the same.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what to do, you can't drop the rope.
Yeah.
Meaning meaning. What I mean is, if you don't know what you need to do for your bloodline to make a change, then you can't make the adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be in a certain place. Like, you know what? My daddy did it this way. My mom did it this way. And I've been doing this for the past few years. This got to change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you're not in a situation to see that, then
Mm-hmm.
the first step is being able to see.
Mm-hmm.
When they came out on her door, she was like, hold on. Y'all finna do what? You know what? I'm not finna even chance it. Now, I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because
She
if
was
I
creative. She was creative.
Because if I don't, I'm gonna be, bro. Can you imagine hearing the sounds of everybody getting slaughtered and not you?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Can you imagine
Bro.
Can you imagine of laying in your bed and hearing people getting slaughtered and not you? You hearing screams all night.
Bro, but then you can pinpoint that to your competition getting slaughtered, but because you was quick on your feet, because that's what she was. She was quick on her feet,
Really quick.
and she, like you said, she knew who she was to negotiate that. And that distinction set her apart. Not only did it set her apart, but it saved her lineage.
But look, Rahab was a what? Biblically, she was a
We all know.
okay. So if you're that, even now you're negotiating all the time.
Dang,
You're negotiating all of the time. So
that was her skill set.
who you are, what's inside of you comes out in what you do
That's good.
Facts.
I like that.
all of the time.
That's good.
So if you don't know who you are and how to build yourself, you're not gonna know what to do.
That's good.
That's why it's so important.
That's good. I never heard nobody never say that right there. That's good, dog. That's good. Dang, she was already doing what she knew to do because that's
Her
what she
whole
did.
life, bro.
That's what she is.
Streetwalker.
So the same thing that you was doing, bro. You see it all the time. Rappers. I used to be a secular artist. What's your boy name from the clips?
Oh, you got Pusha T, and then you got
No Malice now.
Malice now.
He was over here. He over here now. You do what I'm saying? So like the same thing that you was doing, no, God can take it and no, we're gonna shift it and put it over here. But you gotta know when and where to shift and how to use it. The same thing she was doing, she did it a different type of way. Saved every doggone body. She been doing it her whole life.
That's good.
You have to know who you are and put on what's inside of you. It's gonna come out in what you do.
And at the moment, you need to do it. Big facts.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
For real.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Well, you got me.
For real, bro.
I'm speechless right now. And, it take a lot for me to be speechless.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You should be like, nah, you ain't.
Yo, mama say the same thing. She be tripping.
Right.
Yeah.
You tripping.
Yeah, bro.
Whoa, man. That's because when I look at, man, it's like you look at a person. 'Cause you gotta look at a person's trait, right? You gotta look at the trait. There's in you. There's gifts in you. There's traits in you. There's character in you, and it all stemmed from some somewhere, somebody.
Mm-hmm.
However, in those traits, in those talents and gifts and abilities and that character and all of that stuff that you have in you, you still have to be the one to implement what's in you.
Yeah, that's it.
There's a good trait in you, there's a bad trait in you. There's a good talent, there's good abilities, there's bad talent, there's bad abilities. Which one do I go for? Because see, the bad talent, when I say bad talent, it might be like you said, that's what she did. She been doing that all her life and
whole
used
life.
it to her advantage.
Yep.
Right? But man, I want to do this over here. But you're not good at that over there. I've heard people, and I can't say it's happened to me. I not right now. My mind kind of going blank. But I've heard people say, "Man, I can do this in my sleep," but they trying their hardest to do all this over here because this is what they want to do, but it's not being productive as far as moving the needle.
Yeah.
Over here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna make this statement. It ain't because it ain't all about the money. It ain't all about it's what are you functioning in? You know what I'm saying? And can you even function in your gift and monetize it properly? Because a lot of times what happens is we defer from it because we don't know how to monetize it properly. And the first thing we say is, well, I don't want to do that. But if you can do something that you're good at and able to monetize it, why wouldn't you do it?
Yo, you know what? I think I'm finna pull a you now.
Uh-oh.
That was that.
Kind of open Pandora's box.
No, but I think
Oh, Lord.
I think now, in the times that we are in now, I think it's a little different. I think God want to see, son, are you willing to sow seed and sometimes not be able to eat off of the fruit that's going to be made from what you have sown? Every time Polk County got nothing but orange trees and apple trees and grapefruit trees because it's nothing but land out here. That's why everybody coming out here and building up every doggone thing.
Yeah, they're taking all that out, man.
You know what I'm saying? But do you, every time all those orange trees that's in the grove, the people who own those orange trees, I know they didn't eat off of all those orange trees. Some of those oranges, check this out, bro. Everything ain't for you.
Big facts.
Anytime you see a tree that's grown, from the top of the tree to the bottom where the roots at, where the ant beds at, that's an ecosystem. Some of the fruit on that tree you're gonna pick and eat. Some you can pick and give it to your homeboy. Some you can pick and then you can sell it. Some of those oranges, dog, they're gonna rot.
Yep.
They're gonna hit the ground and they're gonna hit that earth and they're gonna be like fertilizer to the ground. You're not eating it, but it's still part of what's going on. So can we be okay with sowing seed and not being able to eat and touch all the fruit that's on it? I think that's the thing. Everything is not for us. Everything ain't for you.
Bro, that's good.
That's true.
That's good. And I think that's
mindset.
and
If you're consuming everything that come across your table, how are you gonna be able to help what you have grow? Everything is not for you.
Dang,
Some things you gotta let go, bro.
Yeah, and that goes back to that mentality I was talking about earlier, man. I had to get it out the mud. I worked. I did it, so you got to do it too. I ain't leaving nothing for you. I hate that mentality, dog.
Yeah.
I've never liked it. I've never been a fan of it. Because all right. What Bob says when I and as, like growing up in my younger faith days, and I would read that scripture. Okay, leaving an inheritance for your children's children, and I would just sit there and ponder on it, and it was like, okay, yeah. But then I thought about it like years later. I'm like, Mike, that's 3 generations, dog. Can you prepare yourself to even wrap your mind around the fact that God is saying that you should be putting yourself in position
For real.
to leave an inheritance 3 generations back?
Can you take the trauma that you had for the first half of your life, put the work in, the middle and the end of your life,
Yeah.
become a certain type of way. Now your son is grown, your daughter's grown. Everything that you have learned from a renewed mind, a renewed spirit, you be
Right.
knocked down and built
Right.
back up. Now you a different person who you were. Now you
Right.
different. Can you feed that to your child? Once you feed it to your child, they're gonna feed it to their child. They're gonna have children. You in heaven, now your great granddaughter is the staple of the family over a decision that you made to work on your mind 100 years ago. Inheritance.
Big inheritance.
Yeah.
Big inheritance. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah. I think we give our kids too many options where there shouldn't be an option. No, you fit to sit in this seminar. Tell me what you learned.
Tell me what you remember. Repeat to me what they just said. Like I told you, bro. I told you.
Right.
I think I sent my son. I think it was Dr. Eric Thomas. I forgot he was going off on something. I sent it to my son, and I sent him Dr. Miles Monroe. My son told me. He said, "Daddy, I got what you sent me. I watched it." He said, "Man, the man was screaming, but." He's talking about E.T. he said that at E.T. he was screaming, but he said, "I don't understand everything that he was saying." He said, "I don't understand everything, Daddy." I said, "That's good." He said, "That's good. What you mean?" I said, "You just told me you didn't understand everything." I said, "Some of it you did, right?" He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "See?" Bro, he 14. If I was 14 on ET, I probably would not be sitting here right now. I would not be sitting here right now. If I was 14 listening to Dr. Miles Monroe, I would not be sitting here right now.
I told the kids that I said, man, if I had the mindset I got now back then when I was playing sports, I said, man, they don't tell them where I would have been.
But we got it now, so we can leave.
So we leave. Bro, I done so many local gigs or whatever you want to call it. That it feels so good. I ain't gonna even lie to you, dog. It feels good when you can walk on the campus and get a standing ovation before you say a word.
I don't know how that feels yet.
Dog, it feels, man. The first time it happened to me, I almost brought tears to my eyes. And that was there's one particular school I spoke to last year, and I was actually in a meeting. And I was actually in a meeting at the school with some other guys, and the football team was coming in. So one of the coaches I knew, he runs over, he's like, man, he said, ooh. He said, man, can you speak to the team? Just like right off rip, off cuff, like. And in my mind, I always go back to what Pastor Jeff prophesied over me years ago. He said, man, you're going to be in business and ministry. You're not going to be able to separate the two. How many guys would have done that? And I'm not trying to, egg myself, but seriously, how many guys, coach just comes in, you ain't got no subject, you ain't got nothing. Hey, can you speak to the team? And so it just so happened I actually had to be somewhere else to speak. So I said, well, And that was my buddy. So I said, tell you what, if you can let me speak right now, then I'll go ahead and take care of you. He said, man, that's perfect. He said, normally, the speaker normally, speak before, after either while they eating or after they eating or something like that. And he said, but I'll go ahead and get you set up. I'll let coach know. And I forgot to record it. Because I just went straight in. And that was and I don't even remember what I talked about, but I remember the impact on what I left. And it was so powerful that when I came back, bro, it's like I ain't even said a word. And then like other places I've been, just because of the impact. So it's like it's more than money. It's what are the impact you leaving, man? Are you gaining knowledge to pass on? Are you dropping the rope to pass on? Because when he said leaving an inheritance for your children, it ain't just monetary. Are you leaving them the information where they can make an informed decision on how to make a decision? Or are you just interested in telling them what they need to decide?
Bro, the whole thing, and I love hearing you speak, bro. I promise I do. I be soaking up everything.
I appreciate it, though.
I do.
Glad somebody do.
Yeah, I do. Like here, I do. But the whole thing, what you just said, this is why I just soaked up. This is from no cap, bro.
Mm-mm.
The reason why you left the impact, do you even know why? And I know you said everything from your chest and your heart when you said to the kids, but do you know why you left the impact? I'm gonna tell you, because you didn't say no. The people who makes the changes and who leaves the marks are the ones that see the adversity and don't say no. You have to accept the challenge and the call. You didn't say no. You had other engagement. You said, if I can do it right now, can you do it for me? If you give it to me right now, I will accept it. Give it to me right now. You didn't say no.
I ain't think about that one.
You wouldn't have even had the chance to say what you said to those young men if you would have said no. The ones who leave the mark don't say no. The best employees don't say no. The best husbands don't say no in parameters. The best wives don't say no in parameters. Straight up in parameters. And sometimes you gotta tell wifey no. Sometimes no, baby, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
Like the best children are I love when my son, when I tell him to do something and he complies. Yo, he was tripping in school. So me and his mom do a joint custody thing. So he be down here, he up there, he down here, he up there. So, and me and his mom, thank you, Jesus. So we work together when it comes to co-parenting, you know what I'm saying? So when he does something, she lets me know. ASAP. He was not turning in his work in his math class, and he had a really low grade. And he's highly intelligent. I said, Pop, you need to turn in your freaking work, get a tutor. I said, because I said, son, you in 9th grade, you 14. And how you operating right now, I say the reason why your mom is on your head and I'm backing her up is because you don't know what type of decisions you're going to even want to make in 3 years.
Right.
So you have to protect that right now. I said, so if you're struggling in something, I said, you're getting into a baby adult stage, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I said, it's your responsibility. I said, as a guy, if you're struggling, go get some help. I said, Pop, it starts right now. I said, because you don't want to be getting in the habit of you struggling in something and you holding it in. That's what men do. We have the habit of doing that. I say, so since you need some help, it's okay, son.
Right.
Go to the teacher.
Right.
I say, you set up the tutoring and you let your mom know what she says so mom can make an adjustment. It's just the best children are the ones who comply. who don't say no, who don't be disobedient, he wouldn't have done it. I'm way in Florida, he in Georgia. And he listens like I'm right there. So the ones who makes the impact, he made the impact on himself, not me. He did that for himself. But he didn't. Him saying no would have been being disobedient. He took the yes, that I'm gonna do that. So the ones who leave the impact are the ones who don't say no, and that's how you put the mark up there.
Man, that's good.
That's a whole bar
That's good.
and a half.
That's good. Platinum.
Triple platinum.
You can't say no if you got a mate. We want something. I want something I never had before. I do too. We can't say no. We can't say no to resources. We can't say no to counseling. We can't say no to not budgeting. We have to say yes to it so we can make a change.
Bro, I'm gonna validate everything you just said. I believe God just brought to my forefront. Just like when God told me to come to Spirit Life, right? So I come to Spirit Life. I didn't say no. I get to Spirit Life. Pastor needs me to do stuff. Didn't say no. Pastor wants to pour into me. I didn't say no. I don't even remember saying no, dog. It's even if I had something on my plate, I took it off my plate because when the teacher is ready to pour, the student got to show up because the teacher ain't gonna always be there.
Nope.
So is it that important for you to get poured into? And I felt that it was. So I would rearrange my schedule when everybody else would. I would sit at the feet of the apostle when nobody else would. And I'm not saying this braggadociously. I'm showing y'all I am where I am because of where I am. Because that's common for me. And I say that giving all glory to God because I was trained for this. And it brings back to my remembrance because when Pastor Jeff said, you're going to be in ministry, you're going to be in business, and you're not going to separate two, I always have to revisit that prophetic word because there are times, and then there's times I still have to catch myself because there were times where I tried to do that. Oh, Mike, you sound preachy. Well, you sound preachy. I mean, this. If it come out this way, it come out. I ain't trying to be nobody. I'm not. If it come out this way, that's just how it come out, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like when I look at that, it's like I've been trained for this because I sat up under this man for all these years, and I watched him do the exact same thing because why? He was trained the same way. So when Apostle them would say, "Hey, I ain't preaching tonight," he preaching, and ain't said nothing to him. Because he knew what was in him and that was training ground. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
So then it gets passed on to me. So now it's training ground for me. So, but on top of that, here's the key. The kicker is you take the seed, as we talked about earlier, as you so profoundly said, and you nurture it. Because guess what I did? I studied more. Because if I didn't have nothing in me, you couldn't pull me up at the last minute and ask me to say something. I'm going to be nervous. I'm going to be nervous anyways. But because I've ate so much, just like the caterpillar. The caterpillar eats while it's alive because once it goes into the cocoon, what is it feeding off of? It has to eat. That's why it has to eat while it's on the ground. Because it's just like a camel. They can eat now. That sustains them for a long time. So at the end of the day, because so much was that I nurtured and I gardened and I pruned, that it's second nature for me to just come up because there's so much in me, and I can discern the atmosphere, and I can discern or whatever. Or if you say, "Hey, man, this is what I've been dealing with. This is what we've been dealing with. Can you touch on that?" Oh yeah, I got you. Because I could take a signature talk and then flip it to your situation.
Facts.
I could take the same thing that I preached or spoke to over here and flip it to your situation. But guess what? I had so much intake that it was already there.
Yeah.
So the harlot, like you said, well, that was good, dog. That was good because that's what she did for so long. She only did what she naturally did, and it blessed her and it saved her life and her family. That was good, dog. I ain't gonna, that was, bro. That was good. That was Einstein good right there.
That was, I don't know. That was God, you feel me?
Yeah.
Big facts.
Yeah, big
Never thought
facts.
about that way. That's what she did. Even in her profession, even though it wasn't, it's not a good. She's a streetwalker. You know what I'm saying? That's a clean word. We can say the other word, but it's just whatever. But at the end of the day, that's what they do. They negotiate their services.
Yeah.
And so she negotiated her services.
Straight up.
And a lot of time we negotiate our services not knowing our value, not knowing our worth. And I say that lightly because that's the energy and the culture that we're in. Oh, you can get paid. No. You need to understand the value of your work. You understand? And what I mean by understanding the value of your worth, just because you don't get paid what you think you should get paid doesn't mean you ain't get paid. And so we'll let, this is my fee and I ain't doing. Yeah, man, I read, I ain't gonna say no name, but it was some people that I know don't know the totality of the situation, but you know certain things about people's situation because of what they share with you. And then, of course, what they put on social media. So it's like, I understand what you're saying, but because you're not on that level, because you made a shift, you're starting from the ground level on that level. So you can't take your 20, 30 years experience over here and bring it to ground level over here and expect to get paid what you got 20 to 30 years worth of experience for.
Yeah.
And you just dabbling in over here. And that's what cash flow quadrant talks about. You can't expect just because you're a good investor, it doesn't make you a good business owner.
Big facts.
Just because you're a good business owner doesn't mean you're going to necessarily become a good investor. These are the character traits of each block. How do you fit in that? How do you transition from an investor to a business owner effectively the way you won't lose your behind because you don't know what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying know your value. You may be able to charge $5,000, $10,000 for a setting in the space that you had 20, 30 years worth of. But you're taking that 20, 30 years and maybe adjusting and tweaking it into a whole nother field, you can't charge $5,000, $10,000 right off at the bat. You know what I'm saying? You might have to charge $1,500 too. Well, that's been, man, I did, bro. It was a little while, but I did a gig. I had got connected with this guy that I had came across on social media, right? And so I took advantage of some of the free resources that he had. And one of the free resources that he had was you can go to this particular website and you can put in this information. And when you put in this information, it'll let you know how much your speaker fee should be for that event.
Like
right?
a database.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but because that's kind of like one of my strong points, I can kind of figure stuff out and estimate and don't be too far from it without even going through no database. So I got an opportunity to do this gig. I don't know, maybe 2-hour drive, maybe hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, 2 hour drive, somewhere around up in that one way. They wanted me to do an all-day workshop, like all-day workshop.
Okay.
Y'all know.
Yeah.
So when I said when they told me how much they was gonna pay me, I was gonna turn it away. I was about to turn it down. Ain't no cap. It was a referral that from somebody that I know and that I value, esteemingly. And in my heart, I'm like, hey, no, I know my worth, and that ain't it.
But at the end, but like,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't doing that. Nope. And just to show you, now, I calculated without even going to the database first. I said, man, this is a $3,000 gift. This is a $3,000 job. And I'm sharing numbers because I want y'all to see. And this was some years ago. I said, this is a $3,000 job. This is a $3,000 gig right here. So I went in. I said, I just want to see how far. So I goes in and I plugs in all the numbers, all the situations, They ask you all the right questions, and it was like $2,997 and some change. Let's just say it wasn't. It didn't say 3,000, but it was just right up under that.
Yeah.
They paid me $800.
So they paid you 800, but you gave them $5,000 worth of energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then had to overcome some adversity with it because it wasn't set up like how it was supposed to be set. There was some things that wasn't, the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But going back to when I was being mentored by Del Toro, when he said there's no such thing as a free gig. You find a way to make it work for you. You find a way to find a benefit out of it. Even if it's B-roll, even if it's film, even if it's footage, and so I had to tell myself that to keep from turning it down. Because during that time, I needed some more footage. I needed some more content. I needed, I needed to get in front of, I needed more opportunity. So I had to flip. And even in the time of those times of adversity where I'm in the heat of the moment and adversity is staring me in the face, and I still had to remember why I was like, you gotta look at the need. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then by the time I paid the photographer and the videographer, how much you think I had left out of $800?
$250.
You ain't too far, dog. So that's why I wanted to kind of like paint that picture about know your worth. Like know your worth. Like when you're going from one level to the next level, sometimes you gotta always remember you on another level, so you at the ground floor on the next level. Drop the rope. You know what I'm saying? That experience will lead. That experience can lead you to producing or creating a course that can pay you what you should have been paid 20 times over. But you wouldn't have got that had you went into the next level with an arrogant attitude. Oh, I'm worth X amount of dollars. Yeah, you might be. But could it be at this level? You need to humble yourself and see what opportunity can come out of that. Drop the rope.
That's how it keeps going.
That's how it keeps going.
Snowball effect.
Exactly. And that's actually what happened. Because that content, I was able to take that content and use it and in different places. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Heck yeah. It's time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's because every moment is leading to another moment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're preparing for. So what the harlot did, that she took that moment and she used it, prepare for another moment that just so happened to save, once again, the life of her bloodline, the life of her family, save their life. So you got to live in the moment. Yeah.
Sure did.
You got to live in the moment.
So you know what? And I know we gotta go, but not just in the moment. You gotta pull a Jim Carrey and Tommy Davidson, man. You gotta live in color, bro. Yeah, you gotta live in color because when you're looking at X-rays, when you have a lot of white and black, the contrast is high. White, black. You have a lot of grays, contrast is high. Sometimes we live like that. We live black and white, gray. It's nothing fruitful. It's nothing exciting. It's nothing new. It's nothing vivid. It's nothing. We have to remember we need to do whatever it takes to live in color.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that our situation is alive.
Mm-hmm.
Rahab, she made sure that her situation was alive with the decision and with the negotiation that she made. And she used what she have always used.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta make sure that we living in color, not just alive.
Mm-hmm.
Living in color, like making it worth something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's that time, especially for those who've been struggling for a while. We gotta, you know what I'm saying?
It's time to live, dog.
It's time to live.
It's time to live, man. It's time to live. You got to keep pushing forward to live, man. I don't care what your life look like. I don't care what your bank account look like. You got to keep pushing forward to live, because your end all ain't your end all. I told the kids, man, when I used that analogy, and I said, you got to see it before you see it to experience it. So if you can't see yourself getting out of debt, if you can't see yourself in the right relationship, if you can't see yourself and your kids being prosperous and your home being blessed, even through the adverse hell that you're going through, if you don't see it, you can't experience it. You can't experience what you don't see. Mm-hmm. So as you get ready to end, 2023, and it's not over, so that means there's still work to do. So as you get ready to prepare going into 2024, what do you see? Rahab saw her family being saved and used her skill set to make sure everything in her power did what it needed to do to save her family. So before I close out though, Dub, you got anything you want to add, dog?
Big bag.
Big bag, been kind of quiet though, that last a bit. You good? Soaking it all in?
I'm just listening, man.
So, yeah. So it's what do you see? What do you see? You can't see it, as what the song say. If you don't see it before you see it, then you never will see it.
For real.
So sometimes you got to be the eyes for the next generation as you prepare your kids to rule and reign in the next dimension of not only your life, but even in their lives. So drop the rope, man. The drop. When she dropped that rope, that led them to safety. And they was able to finish and fulfill their assignment for which they came to do before they entered into their promised land, because there was work that had to be done. Some things needed to be cleared out. Some peoples needed to be cleared out in order for them to habitate there in their promised land. What are some things you need to be, or you need to have cleared out in your life in order for you to habitate in your promised land? And I'm going to shut it off with that. Hey, y'all remember how we do. Shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you'll have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.